I want to talk to you today about relationships. Now, I've been watching people in relationships and you know, I guess because I've been married twice and, you know, I've kind of had quite a few short-term boyfriends in the last, I think the last time I was married, gosh, I was 27, so I'm 60 now, figure that one out. So basically, I look at relationships, and one thing I do see with younger relationships, often, you know, people will be very demanding of each other instead of like kind of letting that person be who they are without being selfish in that, of course. But, you know, I see a lot of control. No, you can't. Oh, you're leaving me at home to go off with the boys for a night, you know. Oh, gosh, what? You going out with all your girlfriends? Well, what am I expected to do? Okay, this sort of thing. There's battles about money and sharing and, you know, look, I just want to say to you, I think our perception of a relationship has come very much from the Hollywood movie. You probably see my quotes up there sometimes. And I do think that we have this vision of romance and the perfect relationship has to be like that. Well, let me tell you something, in all relationships after a few years, you know, sex might, if you're very much in love and you're very attracted to each other, yeah, you'll be still having intimacy and sex. But, you know, quite often, you know, once you have babies and you're this and that, you're too tired, whatever, intimacy can slow down. You can start to love each other more like a brother and sister. Well, let me tell you something. Actually, you know, my studies and what I've actually learned in life, I think when you do become that brother and sister, that's what's real love. Up until then, it's just more or less our chemicals are working. Let's face it, we meet someone, bang, boom, attraction, you know, every time you see them walk in the door. 7 years sleeping with the same person, eating with the same person, living with the same person, it is no longer like that, okay? However, hopefully in your relationship, it's still a good intimacy that you have when you are in the bedroom and you are making love. And I think people need to really understand that really to be in a relationship, you really do have to have a friendship, and that friendship is often because two people will communicate and have a chat just like friends do. They are able to be flexible and treat you like a friend at times. Say, well, look, you know, I don't control everything. Why should he not go out for a night with the guys? Especially, you know, as long as you trust the person. I understand totally if you don't, or they've given you reason not to trust them. Or the girls understanding that, you know, the guys like to get out with the boys sometimes for a couple of days on the weekend. You know, you embrace your space. My God, I love my space. And I think, you know, it's very important before you get into a relationship to get to know somebody really, really well. And that is not just about the physical, because, you know, when you meet someone, it's a great amount of hormones, right? That's called attraction. And women often, once we sleep with someone, you know, we have intimacy, all of a sudden we fall madly in love. Most women. I know there are some that are not, but most of us are like that. It's just about our chemistry and the way we operate. And then we sort of jump into this relationship. Next minute you're living together, you have children, and you go, wow, there's a stranger sleeping in my bed. A complete stranger. Who is this person? So my advice is, if you are going to be in a relationship, first of all, make sure you have things in common. Form a long friendship and a bond before you make a lifetime commitment and have children. Very hard on children once you're separated. I know, my kids had to go through that. I had to go through it. My parents also divorced. So that's what I'd say, you know, really date. And I don't know about this country, but in other countries they date, and they date several people, okay? Because how do you get to know anybody unless you do? But in Australia it seems like you meet someone, you start sleeping with them, that's it, bingo, you're no longer dating, or, you know, so maybe dating's a good way of getting to know somebody. And the other thing is, you know, once you are in a committed relationship, babies are going to come along, okay? And guys, let me tell you something. Women have babies, yes, they are tired. They've been up. They feel like more a mother than a lover. So one of the quotes I put up is, if you want it to be like a Hollywood movie, love, then make it so. In other words, in a Hollywood movie, the guy does come over and he goes, baby, do you want to go out for dinner tonight? He does bring her flowers in the romantic Hollywood movie. He does make her feel special and give her compliments. And one of the things I say to people who come to me with relationship problems is, Learn your partner's love language. Now, love language comes in many forms. For example, a love language could be that someone really appreciates it when you help financially, help pay the bills. So you might have a partner who finds that that is what's really important to them. Another partner's love language might be that they really enjoy doing things with you and your partner and you, and that's very important to them, that they want a friendship and they want you to come out with them and do things with them. We are lazy in relationships. We get selfish. It's very important to find out what are your things that trigger your partner's love. Guaranteed, okay, if your partner's love language is that they don't want to be the one to finance everything, and you start to help paying for everything, and you, hey baby, like I'll do that, I'll pay for that. Or your love language might be he enjoys you looking after him and pampering him and cooking a meal, okay? And you enjoy having a massage. So learn the love language of your partner. What turns them on? What is it? And try to fulfill those things, because once you do that, instead of being lazy, which most of us are in relationships, once you learn those love languages of each other and you realize, oh, right, okay, that's her love language or that's his love language, the relationship, when you're offering that love language, often the response will be wonderful and give you back your love language. So it's really, really important for couples to know. It's give and take. Don't be controlling. Let each other have their dreams and their freedom a little bit. What's marriage mean all of a sudden? Never allowed to go out with the boys, never allowed to go out with the girls, stay at home all the time, don't have any freedom. That's not a relationship, And I think in a partnership, until you have children, it's very important you both share finances, share money, take on the responsibility. Fine, once a woman has children and she's wanting to stay at home with those kids, I do think that, it's important a man, it would be nice to have a man who understands that and says, yes, you can stay at home and I'll support you, because being a mother is hard work. It's not an easy job. And a mother who can stay at home is going to be a far more relaxed wife and a relaxed mum. So, look, I'm not an expert on relationships, obviously. I haven't had one, but I tell you what, I have learned a lot and I've read a lot. And so my advice to you is share, care. And if you want the romance and you want it to be the Hollywood story, then make sure you get to know each other real well, have lots in common, and then make it so. Do the things that they do in those Hollywood movies. Make that partner feel great and important. Take care. If you like what I have to say, you know where to go. Click like, and also don't forget you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Courses coming soon. Bye for now. It's Jayne Green from PDTraining. Bye-bye.